The woman jolted awake, only to discover she was strapped to a razor-sharp bone saw. A deadly device was positioned at her neck, ready to activate. To survive, she had to extract bone marrow from her own thigh and deposit it into a nearby container. Only when the marrow reached a total of over 6 pounds would the saw halt. It turned out that she and a group of others had recently scammed an elderly man out of his life savings, money he desperately needed for treatment. As revenge, the old man captured them all and forced them into a brutal game of life and death. A few days earlier, the man, Jason, had started feeling unwell. Concerned, he went to the hospital for a checkup. The diagnosis was devastating: brain cancer, with only a few months left to live. The shocking news hit him like a ton of bricks. While getting a drink of water in the hospital, Jason noticed a male orderly stealing from unconscious patients. Enraged by the man's greed, Jason devised a punishment game just for him. The orderly's eyes were attached to 2 powerful vacuum tubes, while all the fingers on his right hand were locked tightly to a chair. Hospitals are meant to heal, but this man had let greed blind him, literally. If he wanted to save his eyes, he would have to operate a dial with his left hand. As the countdown began, panic set in. The orderly twisted the dial once, and one of his fingers was yanked upward. The suction on the eye tubes intensified. Unable to bear the pain, he twisted the dial again, breaking another finger in the process. Later, Jason was eating alone in the hospital cafeteria when he ran into Blake, a fellow cancer patient. A few months earlier, Blake had been told he only had days left, but now he looked full of life. Curious, Jason asked how he'd beaten the cancer. Blake explained that he'd discovered a medical institute in Mexico working on cutting-edge cancer treatments. Lifting his shirt, Blake revealed a long surgical scar, proof of the operation. Wanting to help, he wrote down the contact information for the facility. Jason booked a flight to Mexico and met up with a driver at the airport. But while en route to the clinic, a group of masked men in black suddenly ambushed the car and abducted him.